Even the poster gets my vote for probably the worst Hollywood poster of the year. All those photoshopped heads on there. I knew you would get a kick out of that.
Oh, man. They're not even looking like in the same direction.
They're not even in the same direction.
Look at Ving Rhames. He's just like, huh?
Ving Rhames looked like a severed head. Y'all ain't seen Father Figures. You know, y'all.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, man. I just couldn't figure out enough reasons to go. Plus, seeing where it landed in the box office this week.
Well, I have a lot of reasons to see it. I'm not going to say what, but there's always a reason to go see a bad movie. Thing with Father Figures, Martin is right. Nobody saw this except me. I knew nobody going to see it. I said, it's an evil ass laugh. Let me go out and, let me sacrifice my holiday for the people.
Out in the cold.
Out in the cold. Out at midnight watching goddamn Owen Wilson and Ed Helms. Stupid ass film, Father Figures. How is it?
Hey, we got surprised by Jumanji.
Yeah. We did. And you know us, people. You know us. We are not the type to come in judgmental about a movie, no matter how much the public and the critics say that it is horrible. And the critics are saying this, and even the public. This movie came in at the box office number 9.
Yeah, out of 10.
Yeah, and it was over, I think, 2,900 theaters that it was in. But, you know, here I don't know why this will not do well. I mean, this is such a heartfelt, emotional story about two guys just wanting to know who their true father is. And in this, Ed Helms, he plays a divorced doctor. Now, what's the doctor that's always putting his hand up man's asses? What is that?
Proctologist.
Proctologist. He's a divorce proctologist. That's bad enough, man, because I'm sure some people love spending their time up man's asses. He does not.
Dr. Stinkfinger.
Dr. Stinkfinger. Dr. Funkfinger up in here. Now, see, if I had said that, you'd be like, man, you just childish, Corey. Martin said that, that's adorable.
It's Christmas.
That's adorable.
On Christmas. Everyone's a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, you got that, Martin. Plus, you got your Christmas hat on. Right. You can say things like that. Merry Christmas, Dr. Funkfinger. And this guy right here, he doesn't like his job, doesn't like his son because his son hates him. And the only highlight of his life is watching old episodes of Law and Order. Just be up there just drunk, drinking, just mouthing every episode he's seen.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah.
It's sad. The only thing that's going on in his life now that's giving it some true meaning, he sees a guy on one show, birthmark on his head, and then he sees an old picture that his mom has, young guy, birthmark on his forehead. He's like, Daddy, that's my daddy. And he goes back to tell the family. And Owen Wilson, his brother, is like, man, I don't give a fuck about finding that dude. My life is fine. Just so happens that years ago, a barbecue sauce company saw him on the beach, said, man, you got a good look. They took his image and put it on a bottle. He's a millionaire now for doing nothing. Mom, played by Glenn Close, she's about to get married. And she's like, I don't give a fuck about some old dude that was in my life that I don't see anymore. But family is family. And Owen Wilson, being that they're twins, not identical, they say here that, you know something, brother, I can't let you go out on Operation Who's Your Daddy by yourself. He decides to do a road trip to find out who their father is. And he says, I'm going to go along with it because the universe says I have to. So
okay, what's the real premise of this movie, though? Because everything you just said sounded completely preposterous and awful.
Oh, Martin, it's got
You just made that up. Come on.
I know you expected more from Ed Helms and Owen Wilson. But I'm sad to tell you that it's not one of those high concept films that they're usually in. Now, they say that when they get out there, I'm going to help your brother find this, if for nothing else, but to just get you to shut the fuck up about this. Get it out your system, and we can go on with our lives, our happy lives, and you with your little sad one. And the positive that I can say about this movie is there's more positives. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of the trailer before I get into it, though, because I will truthfully say this movie was not as bad as I thought it would be, or as it was marketed to be.
She had the tightest ass.
She's our mom.
Father Figures. I think I just came in my pants.
No, right.
Damn, man, that woman could fuck. She was like a dick whistle.
Oh, God
Didn't we
damn.
joke
Yeah, 2 seconds ago. Y'all ain't got nothing more?
But it was so funny. I had to hear it again.
It was so funny 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
What a tight ass. Hey, Martin, I remember Gertz Boy, he had a tongue like nothing else, boy.
He can do that thing.
He can do that thing with that ass, boy. When he wearing that Grinch hat, woo, I just think I came in my pants right now. Ain't that funny, Gertie?
Oh, it's hilarious.
Hey, listen, man. You're saying, what the hell are you talking about, Corey, that you have positives for this? I see none to be had here. Well, for one, I would say that this is, again, not the way that it was marketed. For one, Ed Helms is not as annoying as he usually is. I do not like Ed Helms as a character. As an actor, fine. As a person, I don't know him, so I'm sure he's great. But the same character in every movie, incompetent or high-strung, either a terrible dad, not because he abuses the kids or anything, but just he's so wishy-washy that the kids hate him. He's always the one in the group that's the killjoy. You know, he's just downright dumb in some films, and I really don't like that. The positive here, he's tolerable. Okay. You know, he's yeah.
Sold. Wow. Let me whip out my movie pass.
Yes, Martin, you got to check this out, man.
I'll pay nothing to see that.
Yeah, last night when I was actually paying for this with my movie pass, one woman behind me, she was there in her date. She was like, "Oh, movie pass, we're part of the club. You usually get to see this." And I was like, "You goddamn right. You think I'm gonna pay for this?"
Yeah.
father figures, and then you know, he's not a guy that I didn't like at all. And even him being uptight in the movie, yeah, look, it's the same thing. His son doesn't like him. He doesn't have a good life. But like I said, he's spinning his hand up man's asses half the time. I can see why he would be a little high strung. You know, he's not doing exactly what he wants to
he's
do.
getting paid well to do that. So,
But it's not his dream. Dreams, Martin.
You've got enough money to pursue your dream.
Yeah.
And some.
I like when even Owen Wilson sometimes like, man, can't you just shift to something else or just retire? You know, that's something that's less ass related. Speaking of Owen Wilson, man, Owen Wilson is Owen Wilson. What the fuck you think you gonna get?
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, there you go. That's the only reason I wanted you here today for that. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Owen Wilson, man. In the movie, he's Owen Wilson. And you shouldn't expect anything else from Owen Wilson. The biggest range that you get from Owen Wilson is that he was a fucking car in a movie. You know, other than that, he's going to be the same surfer dude that he was.
I was going to say, somehow I feel like I've been liking his movies for the last handful of years. Then you bring up cars. All right, scratch that.
We like him in Wonder.
Yeah. Why? Because he had a kid.
Yeah.
But what is he? Owen Wilson with a kid.
Yeah, true.
You know, other than that, he's the same fucking surfer dude that he's been for the last 30 years. Which is, again, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, but, you know, it's Owen Wilson. The positive is that you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And Owen Wilson is still likable.
These are pretty backhanded positives.
They are major.
They're tolerable. And
They are
again.
Talk about damning with paint praise.
They're describing a slice of bread.
They are major, desperate-ass backhanded compliments and positives here, man.
Yeah, you really don't want to slit your throat while you watch this.
No. Like Ed Helms, I'm digging deep in my ass to find things to compliment this for.
I watched this entire movie and my dick didn't burn once.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you an actual compliment here.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh boy, what can he be? You know, I will say the biggest thing here is that you saw in the trailer, you know, all the jokes about mom and her tight ass and her sexual habits.
You remember a woman named Helen Baxter? Talk about a blast from the past. She had the tightest ass you've...
You know, when you look at that, you're like, okay, first of all, even with him not knowing that they might be his sons, and that's Terry Bradshaw, famous football player, Terry Bradshaw, it's still a weird, creepy joke because like, who does that to strangers right off the bat? Who comes across like that except somebody that wants to actually be tweeted about and caught up in a sexual assault case?
You know, as I agree with you, but I remember us being at Comic-Con where a semi-famous actor, we met him for the first time, and his opening to us was telling some dirty joke. And I just looked at him like, and he was like, "Oh, come on, guys, what? It's just a joke." And I was like,
"Yeah, well, you know what? It was a
just
joke,
met
but it wasn't about an actual person. Like this guy is saying, "Oh, this woman right here. Oh, yeah, we put the shit out that woman." You know, it's like that's just weird, man. Like, man, we didn't ask you this shit. Like, you Terry Bradshaw. Why you got a humble brag right now? Oh, I ain't being so fucking humble, am I? You know, this is something where they do that at the beginning of the movie. Even Ving Rhames' part. That's part of the same scene almost.
Okay.
And so they get that out the way. I will even say that Terry Bradshaw is actually kind of charming in the movie. Terry Bradshaw is, sure, he's been in the spotlight for years, so it shows that he's a natural in front of the camera.
Pick up the fresh garlic I needed?
The fresh garlic? No, I didn't get the fresh garlic. Got something better, though.
Oh, well, what'd you pick up?
I picked up a son.
Well, maybe he was just drunk.
No, he's brain damaged.
He got that.
I'm not even making a joke. He's genuinely brain damaged.
Yeah, what was that movie Will Smith was in?
Oh, Concussion?
Concussion? Maybe he's got, is that what the name of it was?
Yeah.
Yes, Concussion.
Oh, maybe you got a concussion.
You can find footage of Terry Bradshaw being pile drive during football games, man.
He was a great football player.
Yeah. So maybe he just has a lot of concussions. I don't know. Yeah, but I will say that for whatever reason, I thought, all right, man, I am actually having fun watching him, maybe because of my low expectations, because I'm like, oh, he's just a dumb football player. But no, he was actually very charming, very nice, very good. Almost want the whole movie to be about those three, Owen Wilson, Ed Helms, and Terry Bradshaw. Of course, we move on, and that's where the movie, you say, well, so what is the problem then? That's where the movie, I can't even say that it was offensive or anything. It was just not funny. Like, you see all the edgy stuff that's going on there with the Red Band trailer and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, for the most part, it's not that. I would even say that there's a lot of it that is actually kind of heartfelt, kind of sweet. But it ain't funny.
Oh, okay. So it just moves from scene to scene.
Yeah, I was sitting up there watching this movie like I was just staring at a wall. I was just not smiling. I had no emotions. I was just looking at this shit, just waiting.
Yeah.
For something. Nothing ever happened.
It seems like, just looking at the trailer, like the actors they have playing their dads, with the exception of Terry Bradshaw, it sounds like they are all just kind of like there for a one-note joke.
Yeah, for one sight gag.
Like J.K. Simmons, people know him from Whiplash and cussing all the time, so he'll be angry about this and go on his rants. Christopher Walken's just kind of creepy and weird, so, he's going to be dressed like a nurse.
That's another thing, man. I hate to keep giving this movie compliments that are just kind of desperate, but J.K. Simmons is probably the worst gag they have with the jokes. The rest of them actually serve a story purpose.
Oh, okay.
Ving Rhames is not in that category of fathers, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Okay,
right here.
good.
I mean, come on, y'all looking at Owen Wilson and Ed Helms.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no blackness in this shit.
I thought that was their attempt at a joke.
Nah. And I have to say that I will give them credit for going around what could have been an obvious, just stupid race joke. But they don't do that at all. They don't even play into it. But again, ain't funny.
Yeah.
No matter how much y'all work into the story, your story sucks, and this is just bland. This shit is so bland that it's like quietly unfunny. It's not offensive. It's not anything that makes me angry. It's not anything that's even shocking. It's just sitting up there just dying. It's just
That slow death.
It's just dying on screen, man. It's really just kind of sad to see these people working with this material, these actors who were just getting paid, saying these lines that somebody thought was funny, that is just bland. There was people in there who normally would go see a movie like this and laugh their ass off and stay until the very end. There was a middle-aged Hispanic couple in there, and there were a group of teenagers behind them, white teenagers. And they, first of all, the couple, the dude was falling asleep to the point where the wife I even heard, like, "Are you just ready to go?" She's like, "Yeah." And they just walked out there. I'm not lying to you. They just left. The teens, they
Told y'all and see Star Wars.
for the third time. I ain't watching that shit again. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. This was at the 10:15 showing. And then
So you did go last night?
I went last night. And the teenagers, they stayed the whole time. And I got to give it to them. And they tried to be quiet through the whole thing. It wasn't until near the very end they started getting restless. And they all walked out. And I started walking out. And I don't know what was going on. I think there was one guy on a crutch or something. I don't know. They left his ass behind. But
Damn.
They ditched Tiny Tim on Christmas. It's fucked up.
No, leave me in here with this.
yeah, Scrooge just went, "Fuck your son, I'm leaving. You roll with me. Cratchit, I'm your ride. Get up. Fuck your kid. You can catch an Uber that I'm not paying for." Nah, man, they I don't know. They walked out. I don't know what was going on with this kid, but he walked out, and while he was I'm not bullshit, while he was in it by himself, he's like, "Jesus Christ. Fuck me, man." And then he walked out past me. He was wobbling. He looked at me like, "Man, that's the fucking worst movie I've ever seen." and he hobbled his ass on that.
So bad it gave him the power to walk.
Gave him the power to limp his ass on. He ran at that mother. So these people to watch, and it's just bland. Sometimes that can be your worst crime. And I will say that the movie, at points, there's a couple of points in here that it did try to be shocking. There's a moment in here where there's a joke that's out of nowhere. It's just forced in here, where Owen Wilson has to pee on a little boy.
Oh, it's jellyfish.
Is that what they call it?
He gets stung by a jellyfish.
Oh, I thought that was a sex act. I'm like, Mara, you know about that?
No.
Oh, I thought Mara, that's called a jellyfish.
That's urophilia that you're talking about.
I heard it.
I'm talking about getting stung by a jellyfish or a man of war.
Look up jellyfish on Urban Dictionary.
I'm gonna look that up. It's got Marty's face on it. No, you know what? But what you say, that thing, I'm glad you brought that up, because that would have made sense.
Oh, it's not that?
It was just some dude who was taking his shit, and his son didn't want to stay in the stall with him, so he ran out, and the boy started peeing, and the guy in the stall was like, "Hey, is he peeing on you?" That's what he does. And Owen was like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna pee on him to teach him a lesson." And of course, Ed Helms comes in and sees them pee on each other, and it was like, man,
What the fuck?
yeah. And even then, it wasn't offensive.
This kid is peeing on me. I'll show him.
Yeah. I'll give him a jellyfish. It came out of nowhere. And even then, as offensive as that sounds, it's just like, no, it's just desperate. It's like somebody dying and they just farted for one desperate last laugh. And it's just like, shh, no, just die.
Yeah.
Just get off the stage.
Die. Just
Did you see what I said? Yeah, it's all right.
You're too pathetic to use the hook on.
You see Owen Wilson pee on this poor kid, and normally you should just be mad, but it's like, this is just sad. It's just pathetic. It's a canned movie, man. It's a movie that Hollywood, when they need a quick buck, they just take it off the shelf, open a can, and just dump that shit in a bowl and warm it up.
It's weird they would do it now. It sounds like a movie that they would release anytime except November, December, or summer.
Yeah.
All those other months they go like, just slip it in there.
Yeah.
It seems like a February kind
It's
of
a canned script. It's canned music.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that they put out there because they wanted Star Wars to stump this shit. They didn't believe in this.
You're right. That does happen. It's like, hey, you can't say we didn't release your movie.
Yeah.
Oops, didn't do well. Well, of course it didn't do well.
No. Even the poster gets my vote for probably the worst Hollywood poster of the year. All those photoshopped heads on there. I knew you would get a kick out of that.
Oh man, they're not even looking like in the same direction.
Not even in the same
Look
direction.
at Ving Rhames. He's just like, huh?
Ving Rhames looked like a severed head. He like his shit is in a jar of formaldehyde, man.
Yeah.
He looks dead. He looked like somebody like, will you get your crotch? Are your elbow up my crotch right now?
Jesus
Look
Christ.
at this, man. They just all these heads. There's no clever composition here.
Christopher Walken's the one's making me laugh.
Yeah.
Just vacantly staring off into the distance.
You know what's funny, Martin? That's not even him from this movie. That's right. That's from another movie, man.
Yeah, he looks younger in that photo.
Yeah. There's no composition here. There's no idea. It's just like, we need to get this shit out tomorrow. Just put all the stars on there. I don't give a fuck how you put them on there. And
Get it done.
Yeah, that's good. Like standing on each other's shoulders? Like, what the hell? How?
I love the way Ving Rhames look like he's actually fighting his way into this shitty poster.
And look at J.K. Simmons' head is bigger than everyone else's.
Are those a jellyfield down there?
He's like, what y'all doing? What y'all looking at? What's going on?
Well, look how big J.K. Simmons' head is compared to everyone else's. Look how much longer it is.
Yeah, you're right.
Him and Owen Wilson, man. Y'all need to go look up the poster for this if you're listening. Look up the poster for Father Figures and just look how they literally just glued all these heads
Did
on
Owen
here.
Wilson have that haircut in the movie?
No.
Some of these things are from different
I've been
movies.
deceived. How dare you? How dare you? This movie betrayed me.
Yeah, they just copy and pasted all these pictures in here with no rhyme or reason.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love shit like this, man.
It looked like Katt Williams and Terry Bradshaw just be kissing Ving Rhames on the cheek. Oh man, this is horrible. This is really horrible. It really is a don't give a fuck movie, man. And my closing words here are that the only person who's really getting this through is Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson, he really does have moments where You know, he doesn't. The good thing about Owen Wilson being a character like this is that if this was written for another person, they would have made him a little more of a smarmy, confident kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Or he would have been a little more cocky in a way that's not charming. Well, Owen Wilson can make it that.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson really does seem like, man, I just want the best for my brother. Mm-hmm. Out of this shitty movie, he seemed like he really does have a relationship with Ed Helms. Mm-hmm. Ed Helms, by contrast, does not.
Yeah.
There's no chemistry in there, and what is there is one-sided. There's one part in there where the brothers finally look Ed Helms like he's getting ahead, and Owen Wilson sincerely seems like, man, he's happy for the guy, and it really is a moment where it's like, man, you know, I believe he cares, and so Owen Wilson works to this movie's advantage. But my last thing is that the thing that really sunk this movie, I was giving this movie credit for some of the stretches that I was praising it for. Mm-hmm. I finally had to come in and give this some bullshit because they had the audacity to actually throw in a genuine, mystical, magical Negro in this. And
Katt Williams is magical.
Somebody believed he was.
So magical.
Made him so.
So magical a 6th grader can beat his ass.
He wishes he had magic back then.
He died of shame and came back as this angel.
My advice, don't pick fights with 12-year-olds. No, man, and it's not that he is a magical, mystical Negro that exists in the movie. It's the way that they crowbarred his ass in there, man. I'm talking about, it was kind of hinted at, like, we can let this go. Let's just keep moving. Don't call too much attention to it. But at the end of the movie, they shot something which was almost shot. It looked like a week before the movie even came out.
Yeah,
and just forced it in there. It was almost like test audiences were like, I don't really understand this nigger in this movie, and they had to put something in there to make him actually have more meaning as a magical Negro.
He was dispatched by the mother to take care of them.
If only, man. If only.
Was he actually magical? Did he like twitch his nose and disappear?
He's actually a rich guy who just hooked up with them for the sport of it.
Come on. Can I just say that y'all are actually making better subplots than what we see here?
No one will get mad at us for spoiling father figures.
Okay,
let's do it.
Nobody's going to see it.
I'll get, man,
let's get into this shit.
I'll get.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll give it after my rating. The movie's bullshit. And I mean, it is probably the most well-intentioned, soft bullshit that I've ever given for this.
It's such a soft stool.
I feel sorry for this movie. I really do. It's just embarrassing. It's just sad. And I'm giving it like a really, really...
A soft, some old bullshit.
A soft, some old bullshit, man. You know, I feel really bad for everybody.
A fly would just sink into it.
Yeah.
Okay, you want your spoiler? I mean, it's real quick.
Oh, yeah.
When they pick Katt Williams up, he's a hitchhiker.
Right. Yeah.
And you can see in the trailer where they're trying to figure out whether he's a serial killer or not. And he's been real cool through the whole thing, no matter how much they're grilling him. Mm-hmm. And when they take him to his destination, which is, I don't understand it, because he needs a ride to go to his son's birthday party. Well, when they drop him off, it's a nice house and everything, and no woman comes out, where the fuck you been? Oh, you just gonna walk up in here? No, everybody, the family's all right and everything. It looks like, for all appearances, it looks like that. But the whole movie, Owen Wilson has been talking about, the universe wants me to go on with you. And I think that was Igor. But he keeps talking about how the universe has this in mind for us. When they let Katt Williams out the car, they say, oh, sir, we didn't get your name. And he's like, I think you know what it is. And they're like, no, we don't. I think you do. And then he goes along his way. At the end of the movie, now they leave him there at that. At the end of the movie, everything is fine. Ed Helms marries this girl that he met, had a one-night stand with. Owen Wilson has lost all his money, but he's happy because his brother's taking care of him. They're bonding now.
Shit.
That, man.
like his money ran out because they're going to use a monkey instead of him on the barbecue sauce. Mom is married and closer with the kids now. But the thing is, they get a phone call. And they're like, oh, we wonder who that could be. And with these Adult Swim, Tim and Eric graphics going on, like this rainbow, they have Katt Williams' badly green screen head pop up. And he's like, hey, it's the universe. And he's like, I told y'all knew me. And by the way, the Illuminati's real. Y'all, and then the credits roll. That is it. What?
I was never there.
Dude, that takes that movie to a fuck you.
Yeah, man.
Are you kidding me? Don't be sweet on this movie. Some old bullshit, I think not, sir.
They turned him into like a metaphysical anomaly. Like, whoa.
With some bad after effects going on.
Oh,
God.
man, I'm sold. I'm seeing this.
Man.
Like John B. the Genie?
Yeah, like the genie from fucking
from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh my god.
Like John B. the genie.
The execution.
Yeah, his shit looked like this.
Oh god.
Somebody said that was a real sitcom. What?
DVD, that's all, folks.
Good god.
Both y'all in unison. What?